this is my new classic guitar. It is an Ibanez. Okay. It's an Ibanez Tim Henson signature guitar. Okay, Tim Henson is in a band called Polyphia. They're based out of Plano, Texas. And I didn't know anything about this band. I still don't really know a whole lot about them other than what I just looked up recently when I was interested in getting this guitar. Some of the songs I've listened to and researched, this guy's a phenomenal guitar player. Matter of fact, the whole band is phenomenal. You guys can look them up. Matter of fact, the short that I did showed me unboxing this. That background music is Polyphia playing and Tim Henson playing the main guitar solo. And I think he's playing one of these or something very similar to that. Nylon string guitar. So Ibanez comes up with this Tim Henson signature model. And it is model number TOD10N. Okay, Tim Henson signature nylon acoustic electric guitar. I'm reading this straight off of the Musician's Friend website. Here's some information: $699.99. Probably can get a 10 or 15% coupon if you call their number. They're really easy people to work with, and you get $56 in credit after the 45 days is up of your send back period. You'll get extra credit on your account to spend on however you want, which is kind of cool. The specs. I'm going to just rattling this off. I'm going to show you guys this. If you're interested in specs of guitars, you guys can, you can just pause the video for a minute or whatever, screenshot this, however you want to do it. There's the specs. A couple of things I want to talk about, in particular, that were really interesting to me. Again, I did another guitar like this about a month ago. If y'all remember, I'll put it up in the iCard. I don't know where everything's going to be, up in here somewhere. It was a natural wood finish. Okay, natural wood finish. This is a spruce top. They call it a Sitka spruce. I really haven't looked up exactly what that is. And a Sapel sides and back. Hopefully, oh yeah, right there, that light catches that. You can still see the wood grain still in this, which is cool. I like that. So it's not painted like a glossy black where you can't tell what the wood grain is on it. Okay. So it has, again, it's almost the same as the other guitar, just some cosmetic differences. Let's put it that way. Walnut bridge, which is very unusual, and a walnut fretboard. Okay. And of course, I know you guys see the pattern for that. That is Inlay. So that's not a sticker on the fretboard. That's actually some sort of a material that they've pressed into routed out the fretboard and pressed into the fretboard. And this design is called the Tree of Death. You look up at that kind of flower-looking thing right there. Beautiful inlay. Tim Henson has these on some of his guitars, I've noticed, in videos that I watched on YouTube or on the internet. And that's the first thing that catches my eye on guitars anymore, would be the look of it. And this thing just looks pretty cool. And I knew it existed when I bought the other guitar. It was $200 higher than the other guitar. And so I was thinking, well, and I had played one. I had played the other style of guitar, not this Tim Henson model, in a Guitar Center in Norman, Oklahoma. And I thought, well, I'm going to order me one. They didn't have the color that I wanted at the store, so I just ordered it on Musician's Friend and played it for the last 45 days. I decided, at the behest of my 18-year-old son, who saw a picture of this, said, "Dad, that is so cool, you need to get that one." So that's what I did. I went and purchased this one because that's all the kind of push that I needed, guys, to get this kind of fancier looking guitar. The binding on it is kind of it's a pearlized or a pearloid. See if I can get that to come out on the video. Kind of. Yeah, right there. That's all the way around the sides, the back, all the neck, all the way up into the headstock here too. an Ibanez. Okay, so it's really just a really beautiful guitar. Now, again, no tone hole in here. This little section right here, there's a truss rod. There's an adjustment up there, and they send you the Allen key that fits that. And I will say that I did have to adjust the truss rod about probably maybe a half a turn total. When you're adjusting the truss rod, if you guys don't know this, there's a rod that goes through most guitar necks, and there's a bow, a natural bow, in a guitar neck, and so the truss rod is to help you straighten that out a little bit. Okay, so this was bowed a little bit, needed to be tightened up. It's a little loose, so it bowed down a little bit. It's hard to tell. I mean, you can look at down here, down through the frets, and see, you can kind of tell there's a slight bow. Some people like just a hair on there. I like mine fairly straight. The thing it is not letting the strings buzz, and these do not buzz, and it feels really good now. The action was just a hair high before because it had a bow in it, so the strings were a little further away from the middle part. So now it's not, and it works out pretty good. Another thing that I think is really cool about both these guitars, the other one that I had before, and I said this in the other video, this saddle here, this white part saddle, and then this nut, which is the white part here, those are made out of bone. A lot of extra expensive guitars, even the $700 or $800 ones, are made out of kind of a man-made type of plastic. I don't want to say resin, but not just pure plastic. Although the cheaper guitars are made of plastic, the nicer guitars have bone, nut, and saddles. So that's pretty cool. Again, if you guys have never seen this too, you see how these strings are tied on to this bridge and goes up over the saddle, so there's not a ball end that sticks through here. You can put those on this guitar if you want to, but that's a traditional classical sound right here, or classical style of strings. So these are the strings that come with it. I'm going to probably dabble a little bit later on with some different brand of strings and try them out. Typically, any kind of guitar string you get with a guitar that comes straight out of the factory is not really the best strings that you can buy. So there's some things I'm going to be trying out, but I'm going to be messing with this for quite a little while before I do that. Really, all in all, it's about the same. Now, here's that sound hole right here. And I don't know if you guys can see in. I doubt we're seriously, you might be able to see into that. You can see Tim Henson's signature in there. On that label. That gives you the model number and serial number of this guitar. One thing this has that the other one did not have is this. Okay, all it had, the other guitar had a plug-in right here where this actually has a strap button, and so this plug-in here is offset, which I do like a little bit better. And also, instead of using watch batteries, it uses a 9-volt battery, which I'm definitely more used to a 9-volt battery inside there with the preamp and everything. So the pickup's up underneath here, and it's a Fishman's brand electronics, very popular industry standard really for these types of guitars. Okay, so this here has volume control. The tuner, if you push that, you activate the tuner. You can see there. It has treble and bass, and this other little button here is called phase. So I'm going to be, we'll try it out as well while we're doing this video. Okay. So yeah, this thing sounds, it's just like the other guitar. It's just a lot fancier. And of course, it's black color. You see, I've been playing it, got fingerprints all over it. This is satin finish. The fingerprints do go on there, and they're kind of hard to get off. Of course, I have a solution, polishing type of chemical that I can put on there and get that all shined up again. But you can kind of tell just by that. And the more I handle this guitar, it's going to kind of have what they call a patina in there with oils from your hands and stuff. It's going to kind of stick on there, and it's going to kind of gloss that up just a little bit. But this guitar, without amplification, doesn't have a whole lot of volume. because the sound hole's here, for one thing, it's a small sound hole. There's no sound hole here, so you're not going to get all the volume out here. Okay, and I've been working on this piece called Waltz. It's a little exercise by Matteo Cacarsi. So there's not a lot of volume there. I am using an AKG microphone to record this with to my iPhone, and so it's a pretty sensitive microphone. I've not quite figured out exactly the best setup yet for amplified guitars. You know, you're using just your phone, it's not really that great, and sometimes this gets a little overpowering. So hopefully I got everything set right on this thing. So I'm going to turn the amplification on now. I'm using my wireless transmitter and receiver. I'll turn that on. And the amp's already on. I'm using my Line 6 Spider 5 120. And the receiver here, I'll turn it on there, see? And so now my guitar is connected to my amp. Okay? Sounds pretty good. I dialed in the clean channel on this amp and tweaked it a little bit and called it Ibanez BG, which is me, Ibanez, the brand. So I will have that. I have that saved into my amp. That sound, which is just basic clean sound with some reverb. It has pretty good sounding bass to it, as you can tell. And I have the bass turned down a little bit. I'm turning the bass up a little bit. So yeah, that's not bad. I mean, it really does definitely have a punch sound to it, a punchy sound. And Tim Henson's playing style is that way. I've listened to a couple of his tunes quite a bit just to kind of get a feel for how he sounds on this particular guitar, or a guitar like this. And so it does have that kind of basically I can describe it as a punchy sound. Bright there on this end. But for me, the bass still comes out and sounds pretty good to me. Now I can play it soft, you know. It sounds just like a oops. So, if you pluck the strings, you know, kind of aggressively, it's going to give you that. Okay, or if you use a flat pick, okay, that'll do the same thing. So, you know, I'll be kind of experimenting with the sounds that this thing can create, depending on my fingernail length and the aggressiveness of how I play. Let's see, it's kind of soft, so kind of has a little jazzy kind of a feel to it, or as far as the tone goes when I do it that way. Here's that tune I'm working on. I've been telling you guys about. I'll have to get a recording of this on at some point on YouTube. So, this guitar really really sounds nice. I'm really excited about it. I did not keep the other guitar. I was in my 45-day window, and I just took it back, or they sent me the shipping label today, and I basically traded it in on this guitar at no cost to me at all, except for the difference in price. For here was about $200 difference. A lot nicer guitar. You guys look up this Tree of Death. I'm not going to give you any details about that. Let me know what you think about this in the comment. I did not know that's what it was called when I ordered this guitar. I was looking at the design after I ordered the guitar. It hadn't got here yet, and there were some definitely interesting articles about it. So anyway, hope you like this, and definitely like, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, and I'll do other videos like this. I'm going to get some music down eventually. I've got a couple of pieces I've been working on and got down to where I need to record them and get them on YouTube so you guys can hear them. And, you know, just trying to enjoy my summer best I can when I'm home from work, and listening to records and playing music, and just kind of, like I say, having a good time this summer. Hope you guys are having a good time as well. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Appreciate you guys stopping by.